You know what? Let's just advise diary and then just see how it goes. Yeah, okay. Let's just do that. Okay, so. Anissa's Bond story. Let's have a look. I'm going to the Ark. Do you need anything? No, no, I don't have Red Bond 10. No, 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 no. No, sir, I do not. You need to max the bond first. You can either give them or advise them. That's what I thought. Okay. Nope. Can you get me the latest issue of Gunfire? Didn't manage to get my hands on one yet. Is that a magazine or like a comic, or what is that? Why can't you just read the digital version? I swear to God, Anise, what is this? Can't you just read the digital version? There's just something about having a physical copy. It's the same with video games. Can't you just get the digital one? Fuck digital! We want the physical ones. We're old school. Physical. There's no romance in the digital version? The book is not even made of paper? You mean there's romance in synthetic plastics? Of course. Everything with material with a material form has a potential for romance. Honey? Yeah, I'll get it for you. Anything you need, Commander? Something delicious. There's no such thing in the Ark. I've been living in the Ark my whole life. I read about the history of those things. Do you come from a rich family, Commander? No. You were born in the Ark, right? Yes. That doesn't make sense. Judging by your behavior, you're a typical rich kid who doesn't understand the ways of the world. Excuse you? But you were born in the Ark and aren't from a rich family. So you're either lying or something else is up. Anise, don't be so aggressive. I'm just very curious. In fact, I'm curious about that too. I bet you're curious too. Indeed. You hear that, Commander? We're all curious about you. Don't you want to tell us something? Nope. I don't Sure. When you don't want to say something, play the amnesia card. I don't remember. Oh. Sorry. Memory loss. Huh? I only remember that I was born in the Ark. Also that I graduated from the military academy. The rest is all a blur. Well, isn't that just convenient? Sorry, girls. You guys are not going to know more about me. Memory loss or memory erasure? Were you ever involved in an accident or something? I think I once stayed in the hospital. Once? We've already been multiple times in the hospital since I started playing this game. Are you going for the superhero movie? For the Superman movie? Nah, I don't think so. But do I think the Anise event will be coming soon before 39 and 40? Anise event? Dude, there's so much stuff coming up in this game. I don't know when I'm gonna do all this. I thought at first that I was gonna be able to chill with this game, but it somehow feels like I still have way more to do in this game than I thought I was gonna have to. It's insane, man. There's so much cool shit happening. Not a rich kid, but an ignorant fool. Wow, Anise. Keep it coming. To your content is a lot, is true. This won't do. Get ready to go outside, Commander. What? Let's take a trip to the Ark. A pretty girl will go with the naive commander and be his guide there. Perhaps you'll remember something during the trip. I'll go with you too. Count me in. Can't you see this is a date? I'm fine on my own. Enjoy your time here, you two. Let's go, Commander. We're going on a date? Oh, could you buy me a necklace on the way? They don't have to be expensive. It's just for my personal collection. What? So that's what you're after. Come here. You may find it interesting. This is the Ark. And this is one of the most popular streets here. What's it called again? Anyway, we usually call it downtown. What do you think? Very lively, yep. Right, it's famous for its mobile population, which means anything can happen here. I've been here for promotional activities many times. Promoting? Huh? What am I talking about? Anyway, can you believe that we're underground? People are lively and the weather is awesome. We're kind of worry-free considering the fact that we lost to the Raptures and started hiding on the ground. Awesome weather. Is there a sky on the ground? Oh, that's just an image. Kind of reminds me of like Final Fantasy VII as well for some reason. It's all digital. A very large screen covers the whole arc, and the sky is printed on it. It's called the Dome of Eternity or something. Oh, okay, that's what they call it. The Dome of Eternity. Okay, cool. They put a lot of effort into that. It can show the day, night, clouds, sun, and moon. It changes every day to reproduce what's it like above the surface. Okay, so doing these bond activities or these dates, whatever you want to call them, they will give you little bits of lore that you otherwise wouldn't get anywhere. Apparently, that's kind of cool. Does it show anything else? No, but it used to. I don't remember when, but one day the big three put a 1-minute add-on that caused a huge stir. Kids learned that the sky was only an image and it hit them hard. They freaked out and panicked. Oh my god. Adults were reminded that they live on the ground and depression surged. The death toll broke the record that year. Shit, that's insane. Anyway, the sky started to be nothing but the sky since then. Very nice. Does it rain or snow here? Well... Drip, drip, drip. Here it comes. Wait, so it does rain? What? Russell? Rain falls from the sky? It's raining. Should we take shelter from the rain? How do they make it rain? Artificial rain? Standing under a shop's eave with Anise, I see something strange. If the ad was about mental health. Most people are walking around to avoid the rain, but some people are stretching their arms out and looking at the sky. Those are the people who remember. They know the feeling of real rain on the surface. Look at them, they don't look young. I see what you mean. Yeah, so the old people still know the old days, but for the new people, this has become more of like a normality. Maybe for the sake of those people, or just in the hopes of taking the surface back someday. It sometimes rains or snows, but it's all artificial, of course. The drainage facilities don't work well on the ground, so it'll be hard to deal with after the show. Look at the people in the rain. The expression on their faces, it's indescribable. They seem to be smiling and crying. Maybe they think that's how it should be. What do you think, Anise? I'd say I don't care. Anyway, I won't tell you what I'm really thinking. Let me see. I heard it'll go on for another hour. Wait, so it's timed? We can't stand here for that long. Let's find a place to hide. A place where we can be a little more cozy. Ooh la la. If you're thinking about something inappropriate, you're wasting your time. What, Anise? Shot down. Shot down by Anise. Are you hungry? Let's get something to eat. But you said this was a date! Sag! Okay, I'm gonna have to get some levels up. Okay. Auto-select. Sure.
Well, getting overly attached may be dangerous. So intense. What are these emotional hearts beating so
Okay, we do need a
fast?
lot to actually... So, what did you say that rank 7 would already get you all the story?
Well, getting overly attached may be so intense. What are these emotions? My heart's beating so
Okay,
fast.
rank 7. Okay. Yep, next up. Episode 2, food. We'll see, I guess we'll see. We'll just carry on. So, what would you like to eat? What do you have? This is a fast food restaurant. So they have things a fast food restaurant usually has. Now for a burger. With nice buns. Oh, there's a menu. Anise passes me the menu. Yep. Exactly. There are many options. Fuck. Okay, so what are we gonna go for? Cheeseburger or milkshake? Yeah, cheeseburger, of course. I mean, I like milkshakes, but a good cheeseburger, nom nom. I'll have that too. Would you like anything else? Nope. That's all. Can't we have both? 20 minutes later? There is nobody in the in the shop. What is this? 20 minutes to get me a burger? Bro. I taste the food that we ordered. It tastes just like how I imagined. Not so fast. Yeah, not so fast food. Is it good? Om nom nom. I can tell just by that bite. Really? I think so. Commander, do you know how they make food in the Ark? There are no farms, seas, or barns here. Where do they get food like burgers and milkshakes? Fuck, I didn't think about that. From the surface, no? The surface is the Rapture's lair now. How could anybody take enough food to feed millions of people from there? The surface is extremely dangerous. The civilization on the surface has collapsed. Nobody can produce that much food. Then, have you heard of Splendimin? Splendimin, no. It looks like konjac. I don't know what that is either. I tried it a few times at the military academy. Okay, I'm gonna need more context here because I have no idea what both of those things are. It's the wonder food of the Ark. Its recipe is a secret. Nobody knows how it's made or what it's made from. It has no taste, only texture. It has all the nutrition humans need, and theoretically you can live to 100 by eating it. All food in the Ark is made from Splendimin. What? All they have to do is put things in Splendimin and rub it like this to make it like other food. They put all artificial materials in, of course. So it means it's not real. We're putting fake food in our mouths as if it's real. Well, that just changed everything. Fake? But can people like you, who were born and raised in the Ark, identify what's real and what's fake? Do you know how real food tastes? Solar eclipse, what's happening, man? What do you mean it's not allowing you to chat? What happened, man? What happened? You talking about brandy? That's cognac. That's something else. Fake or real? It's all in your head. Yo, Zydon, what's happening, man? There's no need to feel uncomfortable or awkward about it. Just enjoy the tasty food before you. Oh, really? That's how you live worry-free? Is there any real food? There is? Some might be lucky enough to bring some from the surface. There are small plantations in the Ark and some places that make cultured meat, but they are extremely expensive. I mean, you gotta pay good money for some quality meat. That's true. Shadowban Twitch doesn't like you. It's saying connecting to chat infinitely. That's weird. Did you like refresh or reopen the browser or something? Ordinary people don't even dare to dream about it. Some people who tried them said the real food tastes different, but there's not that much different from the fake stuff. So why not choose cheaper and delicious fake food? Fair, I guess. I mean, as long as it tastes good, right? Production of this fake food has never been more efficient. It's fake, but it keeps millions of people from starving. Right. It's all because of the big three. Elysian, Missilis Industry, Tetraline. You've heard about them, Commander. I've heard about them, yes. Although there's not that much lore that I have currently about all that. About the big three. Elysian, Missilis, and Tetra. Okay. Only they can produce Nikkes. It's safe to say that the Ark grows because of them. They don't just produce Nikkes. Each company has its own expertise. Let me think. I remember Elysion's expertise is military supplies, food, and transportation. Tetras are entertainment, clothes, daily necessities. I'm so gonna forget which is what. The rest are all miscellaneous fields, I think. Anyway, thanks to those companies, life in the Ark becomes richer. Food and other things can be produced in batches. They say our current level of technology is 100 years ahead of time compared to when we first moved on the ground. All in all, this world is perfectly habitable. Of course, there may be some aggressive behavior from the big companies. Our great central government keeps its eyes on the big three. So what about the materials? Mass production always requires mats. That's true. Where do they get them? From the surface. There we go. That's why they keep making commanders and Nikkes. We need to get to the surface regularly to make sure that we have a steady supply of mats. We live on the ground after all. You only get stones no matter how you dig, so there's not much we can use that we can use or do around here. Technology will become better with time. Production can be maximized with minimal resources, but there's a limit. Resources on the surface are limited. Nobody knows how long life in the Ark can be sustained. That's why they desperately want to take the surface back. I wonder when we can take it back, though. Do you guys think that there's ever going to be a point in the game where we're actually going to be able to reclaim the surface, like in its entirety? You think we're going to win? You think there's actually going to be something happening there? Riku, shut up. Who knows? I mean, just your thoughts. Do you think we're actually going to get to that point? Are we making much progress up there? Minimal. We managed to capture one spot. But lose it soon after. Chapter 100, almost there. Shift up doesn't like good endings. Yeah, that's also true. We've seen that so far. Yeah, no comments. I like how each story in the game makes the world a richer place. Then they tell you how the world works, which makes the world more alive. I think so. Otherwise, the story would be lame. Yeah, I mean, you don't know that. It really depends on how they do the storytelling. I mean, it could go many ways, I guess. But it happens every time. Humans haven't recovered even 1 square meter of the surface. Not the best topic to talk about while eating, huh? It's fine. I think that's supposed to be the end game. It could be, yeah. I guess the question is, how long are they going to stretch it before we get to that point? Is it? Great. I heard the rain will stop in 20 seconds. I look outside the window. After a while, the rain does stop. Alright, let's go. Next stop. How about Royal Road? Royal Road. I have no idea what's going on there. Do you want to play the next episode? Yes. Play episode. So this is episode 3, right? Okay. Play episode. As long as the stretch is believable. That's the big thing, right? That's the big thing. This is Royal Road. I can't pronounce that for the life of me, man. Royal Road. Okay. It doesn't seem different from downtown, doesn't it? Does it? But it's actually entirely different. It's so quiet. Yes. Despite all the people wandering around, it's eerily quiet. This is where the chosen citizens, sovereigns, spend their money. Sovereigns? According to the devs, we are still on the main story prologue. Oh my god. So we're in it for the long run, basically. I mean, as long as they keep on spicing it up and keep us on our seats and keep on having those cliffhangers, they should be just fine. Most likely. Before I tell you about sovereigns, let me explain the social classes of Ark citizens. Damn, okay, we're learning a lot with this in the Spawn story, man. Holy shit. So basically, all Ark citizens are implanted with identification chips to live. The chip could be in the arm, ear, or some other place, but usually it's in the neck. Now I feel like a dog or something. Only people with identification chips are seen as Ark citizens and can use the various facilities in the Ark. Non-citizens can't do that. Since every citizen has to get one, the identification chips are basically free. But what is human nature? Humans always want a higher status over their peers. So people started to spend their money on identification chips. The functionalities of the chips are the same, so people started changing the materials or design. This is not a joke. You can have a famous designer or use natural materials or all kinds of things. An identification chip like that could be worth several billion credits. Billions. What a way to satisfy oneself, huh? Then an interesting thing happens. According to the chip's worth, people created classes, and the sovereign and quotidian class appeared. Sovereigns are the rich and wealth, while quotidians are, well, the rest. Okay, so upper rank and lower rank, basically. Okay, Sovereigns is upper rank. Quotidians is lower rank. I mean, that's how I'm seeing it in my head. So it's probably a reasonable comparison. Only sovereigns have expensive chips, while quotidians settle for free or reasonably priced chips. That's not hard to understand, right? Nope, we're fine. That's so ridiculous. Well, either way, that's how things have shaken out. I guess it's human nature in a way, you know. It brought more convenience to the sovereigns and some ordinary perks for quotidians as well. Meanwhile, many people were against such an idea, and the central government also strongly discouraged the classification. Now let's think, what kind of people are sovereigns? They're rich, so rich that they don't even know how to spend it all. There were massive protests, but nobody could do anything about it. Then it became a rule in the Ark. Quotidians were fiercely against the classification because they couldn't accept being deprived of privileges. Later, the central government appointed an area exclusively for sovereigns to reside in. So that must be this Royal Road. Yeah, it makes sense. So the Royal Road is where the sovereigns live. Okay. We're learning new stuff, guys. We're learning new stuff. Now it's only a luxury shopping street, though. So why's that? What's the fun of living around your peers? I'm rich and you're rich. Everybody who lives here is rich. Oh yeah, because obviously rich people want to live amongst the lower class people just to show off their wealth. Is that what it is? Yeah. That's boring. They couldn't get the sense of superiority over others. Oh god. It's true as well. That's the worst part. This really is human nature. So the sovereigns spread out and started to live in various places in the Ark, leaving this street empty with luxury stores targeted towards them. Since then, preferential policies for sovereigns have been banned, and sovereigns must share the same level of facilities as quotidians. Anything that violates that rule is considered a crime. So sovereigns and quotidians are no longer a thing. It was never a thing in the first place. The rich made it up and tried to make it a thing. But there are some people that still hold on to that. Let me guess. The sovereigns? The people that are entitled and want to be different from the ordinary? The title of official citizen is worth nothing with some indirect effects on life. So the government decided to let it be. A vainglorious title would be a cheaper way to appease the rich. Yeah, exactly, yeah. How pointless? Yep. Alright, let's shop here. Oh yeah, true, we needed some shit, right? Only this place sells the necklace that I talked about. Oh, don't be nervous, it's not that expensive. Yeah, I'm low on credits, girls. Welcome. Are the new TT star arrivals in stock? TT stars. Okay. Sure. Would you like to have a look? No need. Pack it up. TDs. Hush. Sure. Will the commander here pay the bill? Pay the bill? What are you talking about? What are you talking about paying the bill? Anissa's face like, what do you mean you're not gonna pay for me? What do you mean? I'll pay. Her face, she's judging me. It's like, the fuck, bro? The fuck you think you're not gonna pay for me? You're my commander, bitch. Pay up. I'll pay. Okay. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's kind of too late for that. The model had a nice shoot this time as well. She's getting better. TT Star. Yes, the full name is Twinkle TriStar. Ah, there we go. It was an idol group and has been disbanded for a while. Oh, it's a K-pop band. One of the members joined the jewelry industry. Both its price and design are good, so the brand has many followers. Including me. I've done my job. Shall we go back? Is it the end of the trip? Yes. I called a trip, but we didn't get to many places. It'll be indeed a bit ungrateful if I take your gift and go home. Yeah, how dare you? Let me think. The next stop... Oh, check that out. A man was arrested. I turned to where Anise is pointing at. 2 armed soldiers are taking away a man in shabby clothes. Looks like he tried to steal something. There's a lot of high-value products here. After all that work sneaking in, what a shame. All that work sneaking in? Wait, what? Yep. What do you mean by that? Huh? Remember when I said that there are 2 chip classes, sovereigns and quotidians? Yeah. There's a third one? What do you mean there's a third one? What? Now you say that. Outlaws. Ooh, okay. Okay, outlaws. People who don't have identification chips. Okay. So some people don't have one? Many. I heard that they make up about 10% of the Ark's population. So 10% of the Ark's population doesn't have an identification chip and is technically not really an Ark citizen. But this number is not from the official statistics, so the actual number should be higher. You said only people with chips could use facilities. I did. Then how do the outlaws live in the Ark? They don't. Eh? What do you mean they don't? Outlaws live on the fringe of the Ark. The outer rim. Okay. Okay. More. People in the outer rim. Let's go. We want to hear some more. The gate to the outer rim will open soon. Behind the gate is the government appointed hazardous area. Please be careful not to enter by mistake. Thank you. The rickety gate slowly opens. Are you sure about this? The slums, yeah. I was looking for the word, but yeah, basically something like that, yeah. Yes, I am. This is crazy. Like I said, don't blame me for whatever happens in there. Got it? Oh, an hour ago. I want to see the outer rim, yeah. I thought so, Commander. The outer rim is an area of enemy. The place is filthy and all kinds of criminals are there. Most importantly, there's no law. Even the central government gave up on managing the outer rim. Once you go in there, there's no guarantee that you'll come back safely. Not even for a soldier. I still want to go. Why? I want to see everything. At the very least, you can't see those. You can't see. Wait. At the very least, you can't see those people in agony and decide to sacrifice yourself to save them. Deal? Fine. I can take you there, but you must follow the rules. Don't look around. Don't talk loudly. Don't look at anybody. Don't give or take anything. And lastly, follow me closely at all times. Got it? Okay. And here we are. So this is the outer rim. There's no buildings left intact there, here, or anything that could be called a facility. Can't even get electricity running here. Yeah, so basically the slums, yeah. Okay, obviously I'm playing this a bit too late because I've actually already been here with the Sora event, so it's not new to see the outer rim, but obviously the point in time where this is happening is before that event, so let's pretend that we're here for the first time. There's an indescribable stink in the air too. See those people over there? Nope. Average streets in London. I wouldn't know. And these points at a group of people. They are sitting around the fire. They don't care about us at all. So we can explore this area for a bit before leaving. Why would such a place exist? I don't know the details. I only know that people used to dump waste here. They couldn't dump it inside the Ark, so they chose the outer rim. People without identification chips can't stay in the Ark, so they gradually gather here. The more and more people joined in, and now here we are. Why don't they have chips? Because they committed crimes before. Once you commit a crime, you lose the identification chip. Without the chip, you can't live normally in the Ark. So people who got tired of that kind of life came to the outer rim. Then the people here started to have kids as the group grew bigger. And of course, those kids were born without identification chips. And the group keeps growing bigger and bigger. Most people want to get into the Ark because of the dreadful living conditions here. I heard that there are often cases of people buying illegal chips. So how's that possible? There are ways to buy unofficially authorized identification chips. Or to forcibly remove identification chips from a body. Forcibly? Oh my god. Didn't I tell you where the chips were planted? Yeah, you did. So you're saying that people die and they steal their identity, basically. Or they kill them for it. Not, yeah, so I didn't even consider that. I was just like thinking like somebody dies and they take use of that opportunity. But no, yeah, they actually get killed over their identity and get their identity stolen. You are good. How you doing, man? I can confirm that when I'm in England this summer, if the streets in London is the same or not. Yes, please do. Chips are usually implanted in arms or ears, so the outlaws will sneak into the Ark and cut off the whole body part. My god. Yeah, it's the Bronx, yeah. Just removing the chip requires high technology, so they just cut the whole body part off. But if the chip is on the neck, the person may die if you can't cut the chip out properly. That means that they have to kill them. But such cases often end up in the rehabilitation center, or worse, so it's not worth it. Wait, does that mean... Could any of the girls that we saw earlier, like Guilty, Sin, and Quincy, could one of those actually have committed a crime like this, where they tried stealing somebody's identification, or are they there for completely different reasons? Something to think about. People die when they are killed. Yeah, crazy, right? How does that work? Imagine dying when you are killed. So what do people here do for a living? Nikke doesn't sugarcoat lore except steamy things. Yeah, shame, right? All sorts of things I heard. I know, Bunny. I know. They can't get into the Ark, so they often go to the surface. The surface? Yes, to gather raptures or Nikke parts. I heard that they mainly live off selling parts to dealers. That's dangerous, you think? Yeah, and that's just one thing that they do for a living. Most things they do are usually called crimes. That's why there's a thick wall between the Ark and the Outer Rim. It looks really thick. That's what you... The wall exists for another reason. There's a terrorist organization called the Heavenly Ascension in the Outer Rim. They campaign for human rights of people without identification chips. I heard that they're growing bigger and the central government is keeping an eye on them. Remember the train crash or disaster earlier? That was them. Stand beside me, Commander. A group of people is walking towards us. They seem hostile. Check this out! What? Are you from the outside? Why do you care? Do you know who today's arena champion is? Red dots. Hahaha, I told you they'd win. I think it's time for them to lose. Alright, give me the wine. Don't drink too much, eh? They totter away. Okay, that was safe. We're cool, we're cool. No aggressive nature, it seems, so far. Is that who I think it is? Uh-oh. I was alert for nothing. Challenge, say thick without having any funny thoughts. That's a big challenge right there. It's Crow! What are you doing here? Sightseeing? Get out. I was planning to. Anise and I turned to leave. If anybody asks, don't say sightseeing. You'll die. Dealing is a better answer. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, Crow. I'm getting old. Do you have other places that you want to go to? Let's go home. Yeah, it's getting late. I've talked too much today. It's wearing me out. She did do a lot of talking today. That's true. That's true. But there's more, though. There's still... How many episodes in total is there? 6? Was it 6? So we're gonna have to do more gifting, right? If we want to be able to do more.
So intense.
This brought me out of Lurk, but fuck Crow is all I want to say. Yeah, apparently lots of people don't like her. Oh, there's still one more. And I'm gonna need the full level. Let me check. Oh, that was the last. Oh, this is the last. It's locked. Ideal look. So I'm gonna have to have final rank, right? Yeah, okay. Alright.
My heart's beating so fast.
Can we choose another one? Does it really matter? That's fine.
Well, getting overly attached may be dangerous.
Okay. The ideal look. Bro, Riku, you're not even a VIP. I can't see your link. I'm sorry, buddy. We're back. Oh? Is everything okay? Yes. Just took a sightseeing tour. That's no fun. Where's my magazine? Oh, true. I knew we forgot something. Oh, wait, no. Oh, we did. Oh, we did get it. Okay. I put it on the table. Not bad. I thought you'd forget about it. Yeah. I'm gonna hit the showers. Can I use the bathroom, Commander? Sure. I mean, who am I to say no to a hot chick getting into my showers? Thanks. I'm so tired. Anise slowly walks away. Where have you been? Oh, damn, Rappy. None of your business. Downtown, the cafeteria, and to the Royal Road. Okay. Okay, it is what it is. I mean, mistakes will be made, buddy. Mistakes will be made. Okay, so downtown, the cafeteria, and the Royal Road. I feel like that's something that should be embedded into, especially when you have the automatic button. I feel like it should automatically say. I mean, it did say so, actually. To be fair, yeah, they did give a warning. That's okay. It's okay. The Outer Rim. You're lucky to return safely. Wow, you've been to the Outer Rim as well? What a strange tour route. So, did you recall anything? Nope. I knew it. Well, you must be tired. Have a good rest. I lie on the sofa. It's been a long, exhausting day. What? What's happening? You came upstairs so fast. I look up and see a niece who just come out of the shower. What do you mean, just came out of the shower? Oh, you're tired. Then take a shower before you sleep. You'll catch a cold if you go to bed now. You're not that tired, right? Only a little bit. Anise opens the fridge and takes out a bottle of soda. She sits on the sofa across me. What did you think of today? What do you mean? How's the world that we live in? Tell me what you really think. I sense despair. Yeah. I didn't sense a lot of hope, not gonna lie. Mostly despair. Did you? Then what's your plan for the future? I'll take it one day at a time. Yeah. I see. Anise drinks her soda quietly. After a while, Anise opens her mouth to speak again. She opens her mouth to speak again. Wow. Wow, Anise. Sorry about that. Commander, I don't feel much for this world. And I don't know what the future holds or what I'll do. I don't feel like I was born to live. But I don't want to die either. I'm afraid of dying. She speaks Burbian. Such wise words. Yes, speak more. Oh, great one. I somehow became a Nikke and went through so much. I think I emerged stronger. My will was stronger and tougher, but I still don't know why I live. In that state, strengthening your will is the only method of survival. But I don't think anything will change. Anyway, from that perspective, I think today was very meaningful. I don't just take any Tom, Dick, or Harry on the tour. Out of all the men's names that they could have used, they had to go with Dick. Really? So many men's names. No, we'll go with that one. Not even if they specifically asked me to. But I did that for you. Anise locks eyes with me. Ooh la la. Commander? You really don't know anything, do you? No. This is an unknown world for you. But that can't stop you from doing anything that you decide to do. I admire that because I'm not that kind of person. Apologize to anybody named Dick. Why would I? I mean, they can't help it, of course. I mean, what a dick move as a parent to call your kid Dick. Let's be honest. So, can you keep me around? Of course I'm gonna keep you around. You're funny as fuck. We love you, Anise. I'll have you for as long as you hold on to that belief. What a straightforward answer. Treat Nikkes with respect, thank them, and don't abuse your power. That's all I can hope for in a commander. No one has been like that so far. Perhaps you've charmed me, Commander. Oh, look at that! Don't die, Commander. Well, help me survive then, please. I'll be very sad if you do. I'll say the same to you, Anise. Even if I die, I'll always have another chance as long as my head is still intact. Go get some rest. I'll go downstairs. Anise? Huh? Thank you for what you did for me today. Anise leaves my room. I should hit the shower and go to bed now. Knock, knock. Oh. Anise, did you forget something? Who's there? Commander? Oh, it's her again. If you're not too tired, how about we share a can of beer? Here we go again with the alcohol. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. And we will never know what happened afterwards. That is your assumption, Hippery. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That is your assumption. I guess you can make of that whatever you want. Anybody can make out of that whatever they want. Use your imagination, go wild. But as far as we know, they only shared a can of beer. That's all we know. Okay, actually, good idea, guys. Good idea for you guys to ask for me to start doing some of these bonds. Some of these bond episodes. Actually, it's giving way more little pieces of lore than I thought that I would get from them. So actually, pretty good idea for you guys to let me do this. Yeah, I'm satisfied. Happy. Thank you all so much for being here today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Massive thank you for the massive support today. I think this is probably the busiest Nikke stream that we've had so far. Definitely on the YouTube department. So thank you guys so much, YouTube, for joining. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the people who dropped the sub today on YouTube. If you guys haven't done so already, the guys on YouTube, make sure that you don't forget to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. There you go. Thank you. Much appreciation. Be like those guys. Also, if you guys enjoyed whatever happened today, you want to see more, so do the sub. Also, if you want to help out our channel, especially on the YouTube department, if you want to help out the channel, please try to drop a view, drop some comments in the videos that you see. It really stirs up the algorithm, so please help us out there. It would be very cool. So we can actually break this, get this channel to some bigger lengths. Would be very cool to do so. And yeah, share if you enjoy, if you know other people that play, and if you think they would enjoy my content as well, be free or feel free to share. Also, we have a Discord, so if you guys want to talk about Nikke outside the stream, or just want to talk to me, or you want to talk to the community, we do have a Discord. There is a Nikke section there that you can talk about the game as well, so definitely give that a go. There is a link in the chat right now. For the people on YouTube, if you want to know how to get into our Discord, every video that I upload in the description has a link to our Discord section. So just click that link and it will give you an invite into our Discord. So you guys are all more than welcome there.